Good morning, Sim Gamers. Welcome to day 7. We're right back on course. We are aggressively close hauled here, though. When we're close hauled, we've been kind of airing southward. I took a reading last night, early in the evening, and from what I could tell, we were fairly close to 30 degrees latitude. So what I'll probably do is we'll continue with this east-southeast close hauled position until noon. Take a reading then, and if I'm still between 31 and 30 longitude at the noon reading, then we'll tack starboard. I'm sorry, tack port, and then head northeast for a little while until we're back in the correct latitude range. Okay, we're turning windward once again, so I need to release some tension on the mizzen mast sheet winch. So I'd like for the sake of speed, this is good. I'd like to keep this tack right here. Let's loosen out 2 rotations, or a full rotation. And then keep an eye on the needle and see how it's changing. Looks like it could stand to lose another turn. All that said, until noon, we have time to get some fish for our primary meal. We got a hook on board? We do. Hey, there's a good cast. Let's see if we can't find ourselves our morning meal. Let it all the way out again, start reeling it back in, and just, there we go, got ourselves a fish on the line. It'll be nice to be able to afford a stove and some firewood. We'll just put it right in the middle of the deck up there. With which to cook all these fish. I kind of wish this game just had a box, like an empty box with the lid open, that we could drop stuff inside that we want to keep. Like, we could have a few fish sitting around inside the box. That would be really handy. Is it raw lion that makes this? Hey devs, I got a tip for you. Just give us a box. An open top box for us to drop some things in. Like our catch of the day. And stuff like that. We'll take a look and see how much more time we got plenty of time before noon. Keep reeling. Get ourselves a yummy fish and go ahead and just cast it right back out there again. Eat this raw fish. Yum. Grab another fish. Hopefully. Let it out again. Begin reeling it in again. So I've been at this. If you want to get a sense of the real time that this is taken, I have been at this for about 3 hours and 15 minutes so far. Just sailing east to west to get from Gold Rock City to Dragon Cliffs. Now, part of that is because For the majority of the trip, we have been sailing upwind. So we've had to deal with that loss of speed. Remember, as we were leaving Gold Rock City, the first couple of days we had the benefit of running before the wind. But that is no longer the case. Oh, we have something. Sweet. Let's reel in what we got here and eat our delicious bounty. Maybe take a peek at the time to see if we want to get ready for our noon observation. It sounds like we're getting some high wind conditions coming up. And we'll also need to deal with those. Come here, fish. I want to eat you. It's now a flying fish. Num 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 num. It takes so long to reel this in. Almost got it. All right, let's give a check on the wind. Our sailing position is good. We're keeping a true course. The only thing we might want to adjust for is the fact that the wind is getting quite brisk. So I'll let out a little bit of sheet on either side. To keep on our course here. What time of day is it? It is still fairly early in the morning. Which is to say, more fishing. Okay, we've been drifting south for a little while, or more south than I want to go, and it is time for us to do this observation. Brilliant. You know what? That's still perfectly acceptable. Pretty much 31 degrees right there. It sucks that we kind of still have to keep continuing east-southeast. Well, we're going more east than anything else right now. Also, earlier I did switch out my barrel of water. So we're into our second barrel of water. Still haven't really hardly touched our goat cheese. Haven't even made it through half of our hooks. Alright, sim gamers. There was a heck of a storm last night, and I was just unable to get myself pointed in the right direction, making any forward momentum whatsoever. We're still in a fairly strong gale here, obviously. But at least I can see what's going on and deal with that. Grab some cheese, make sure I'm well fed. So I didn't even drop anchor. I just buttoned up everything and rode the storm out. Now, it looks like we have ourselves a fairly favorable wind that we can work with here to get going forward again. In fact, this wind is positively friendly by comparison to what we were experiencing before. Wrong one. So we can just lower both of our halyards, get moving, hopefully get ourselves going pretty much due east. We will adjust the tension on both of these things to get us to where our ship is sailing neutral. Haul our rudder around to get back to going due east. And let's get ourselves pretty much set up here. All right, keep an eye on this and see how it's tending. seems to be turning slightly leeward, and we are listing a little bit from the wind. Come on, you sandbuck, you can deal with these waves. I know we're loaded down with like 3,500 pounds of stuff, but should be fine, right? Turning windward, so pull this one in a bit. Try pulling the mainsail in a bit, which will hopefully even out that windward turn, as well as better utilize our forward thrust vector from the wind direction. All right, take a peek down below, see if we're taking on any water. Nope. Deck is dry. Our cargo hold is dry. These are just big rolling seas in the Emerald Archipelago. As soon as it gets to noon, we do need to take a reading to find out where the heck we actually are as far as north and south is concerned. And we're on day 8 of this journey. Most of last night, we were making very little progress because the storm, I just couldn't get sorted, so we're in the observation window, so it's almost exactly noon. Just waiting for the shadow to get off the unreadable area of exactly noon here. But it's looking like we're fairly close to the 30-degree line from this reading, yeah. So maybe between 31 and 30 degrees, which means if we need to, we can go north. In fact, this wind is giving us this opportunity. So let's go ahead and go east-northeast. I think east-northeast is the move. The Emerald Archipelago and its weather is not the easiest place to navigate for a sandbuck. Those people who are able to pull it off in a dhow, my hat is off to you. The latest comment comes from iSleepy Hunter, who says, "You are getting really lucky with the wind. Just wait for you to get to the Emerald region. The winds will definitely be against you there." Yep, that's true, and I knew that was going to be the case as I've sailed a sandbuck to the Emerald Archipelago in a previous series, and I wanted to compare the updated sail physics. Also, this game is in early access, and it crashed. Luckily, we didn't lose much progress. Alright, Sim Gamers, we have just recovered from a game crash, and I'm not entirely sure where we are. I can see that we're thirsty. It looks like it was, in fact, after we changed out our water. What's the wind doing for us right now? Okay. So let's get ourselves under power once again. And hopefully headed in the right direction. Alright, based on the wind position, we've really got to tack through and go north. If I can get northwest out of the deal, or northeast out of the deal, that'd be perfect. And looks like the seas are calm enough, maybe just barely, to tack straight through without having to do too much shenanigans. But I was fully prepared to start raising and lowering sails to help this rig tack correctly. So we're going to head northeast. We know we're south. In fact, I can straighten out the wheel now for a moment while I take a reading. Yeah, we're near, well, we're probably at 31 degrees, maybe 30 degrees. All right, let's go ahead and get ourselves pointed northeast. And then get ourselves trimmed out for neutral sailing once again. All right, we're going to let out probably 3 notches of that. Let out a 4th. Rudder us back to northeast. And see how our ship is getting on. Still tending to turn windward, so we'll get rid of another unit, another half turn, and we will continue this way. Seas are much smoother right now. So we can probably get ahead on some fishing. For the sake of taking a look, we are on day 8 at sea. Okay, let's take a look at our day 9 observation here. Ah, beautiful. We can call that 31 degrees. So, I mean, we're heading more south than I want to. Looks like we're turning leeward a little bit. We're tending to turn leeward slightly. So let's tighten up the mizzen mast sheet winch. Anyway, we are still heading slightly south, east-southeast. We did spend an evening going northeast though. So we're kind of tracking along this line here. Maybe a little bit up and down in cases. We've been at this for 9 days. A couple of evenings where we've just ended up dead in the water, and who knows how long that's impacted us. And it looks like this wind is getting unfavorable again for this eastward run. So I guess we'll go southeast for a little while, maybe until sunset. All right, we're coming up on evening here. I think I'm going to go ahead and see if I can't tack through to a northeast position. We're currently carrying plenty of speed, or were until that wave hit us. Let's get our lanterns on so we can see what the heck's going on around the ship here. Keep using the last of that momentum to turn, baby. You got this. Now, the trick is this. We get rid of this rear sail. And let the front shove us around until we are assured forward momentum. There We are apparently heading more north than anything else. Northeast. I think that'll be okay though. Let me take a look at the stars, which are a little hard to see right now because of the clouds. Yeah, that's still reading pretty much 31 degrees. Conferring our map. Well, 31 degrees is fine. Now, if we can maintain northeast, that's even better. But I will note that this mizzenmast is pretty much working to turn us windward. Which is not actually what we want. Let's see how this setup treats us through the night. Ooh, it looks like we've found ourselves a storm. And I don't know where the storm is. All I know is that we're heeling over pretty significantly, so let's go ahead and get our sheet winches loosened up, find out which direction we're pointed. Can we catch sight of the windsock? Well, these sails actually let us know. All right.